Hey, Lorde.
Hi.
So why don't we explain why we're in the Bronx at the New York Botanical Garden today?
We're answering 73 questions.
Yes, we are. And first question, where is your favorite place to perform in New York?
I like the Apollo Theater in Harlem.
It's a great theater. And what does New York do better than any city, not just in the USA, but the entire world?
Treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen.
And when you're traveling and far away from home, what do you miss about New Zealand?
Literally every single thing, but mostly the beaches and the parks and the food.
I can imagine. And speaking of home, I heard you have a favorite song that your dad used to sing as a lullaby when you were a kid. What song is that?
Moonshadow by Cat Stevens.
That's a good one. What was a job you wanted to do when you were 5 years old?
I loved The Far Side by Gary Larson, and I wanted to be a cartoonist, which is crazy because I'm not funny.
For some reason, I'm having a hard time believing that. So what was the first song you loved to sing?
The Lion Sleeps Tonight.
And did you always know that you wanted to be a solo artist?
I did.
What surprised you the most about pop stardom?
That right when you can afford to buy anything you want, you get given everything for free. It doesn't make any sense. Don't give us free stuff.
Sounds pretty good.
This is so beautiful.
It's gorgeous here,
Wow.
I know. So when did you realize that Royals was going to be such a big hit?
The first weekend we put it out, I went on the SoundCloud and all these people who I didn't know were listening to it. And I think I realized this is bigger than just me and my friends.
It was a lot bigger than just you and your friends. And what was it like the first time that you heard it on the radio?
Well, I was in my parents' living room. My sister had called the radio station to request it. And I felt very proud, but very shy.
You have a lot to be you have a lot to be proud of. And what emotion is central to Pure Heroine?
Teen angst,
How about melodrama?
ecstasy.
And you went from writing about we on your first album to I on your second. Why was that change so important to you?
The first album was so sort of communal. It was about me and my peers. The second one was really just about my experience.
What's your favorite song to perform from Melodrama?
Green light.
And what sample on that album still makes you smile?
There's a tiger's roar that we hid in Sober, but I also love Paul Simon saying, "What is this tape? This is my favorite tape."
So, Lorde, you have synesthesia.
Yeah.
So what color is Pure Heroine?
Green.
What color is Melodrama?
Violet.
What color is Solar Power?
Gold.
Let's keep moving. It's a beautiful day. We got so much to see. What is one word you would use to describe the new record?
Reverent.
And what is one word you would use to describe making the record?
This is so cool. It's so
I know, it's gorgeous.
zany, acidy. The word I would use to describe making it, calm.
And one awesome detail is that there's cicada sounds on the single. Are we going to hear a lot of cicadas throughout the whole record?
You actually will. I started recording cicadas a couple of years ago in New Zealand. They really sound like a New Zealand summer to me, but I didn't know about Brood X at the time, so I'm ahead of the trend.
So what will the video what will the videos for Solar Power add to the whole record?
They help to build the universe.
And speaking of videos, I struggled a bit on Google Maps, but are there any hints on where we can find that secret beach that you filmed on?
No.
I thought I'd try. All right, so you chose the Kalina Strata set for your Solar Power video. Why did you pick that?
I thought it was youthful but cool and timeless, and I knew I wanted to wear yellow.
I mean, I think a lot of people wanted to wear yellow because it's sold out after the video was premiered.
I heard about that.
Crazy. And what do you hope those people do with their summers?
Make out.
Lorde has spoken. How has your style changed since Pure Heroine dropped?
I would say I wear less black, although I am wearing black today.
Can you describe your style?
Half black.
Can you describe your style today in 3 words?
Meticulous construction, sandals.
Okay, that's unique. And what item of clothing do you always have on hand?
Sandals.
And what singer, living or dead, has the best style?
David Bowie.
That's a good answer. Now, what item of clothing would you say makes you feel most confident when you're taking the stage?
Pants.
And what about in real life?
Suits.
What was the first song that made you cry?
Perfect Day by Lou Reed. I'd never felt anything like that before.
Every time I think of that song, I think of drinking sangria in a park.
Yeah.
And who was the first musician you met that left you totally starstruck?
Honestly, Taylor.
No surprise. And what album have you listened to the most this year?
I've spent a lot of time with Abbey Road. It's a good one.
That's a really, Abbey Road's a really, really good one. And what is the album that you understand on a different level now versus when you were just 15 years old?
I've thought about this and I feel like I had a pretty good handle on everything I liked when I was 15. But I'll keep thinking about it.
Okay. And Graceland was a major influence on Melodrama, right?
Yeah.
And what was your favorite song off of that album?
I mean, Graceland or Homeless.
Now, people were surprised that Don Henley also was an inspiration for you. Who is an artist reference on solar power that might surprise them?
Natalie Imbruglia.
Yeah, interesting. And what is the best concert you've ever been to?
I want to say Arcade Fire at Coachella. I was 17 and I was in the crowd and I'd never seen anything like it. It was incredible.
They're tremendous performers.
Very good.
And what is a song that you wish you'd written?
Graceland.
Who's an artist that you're dying to collaborate with?
I kind of want to talk to Harry Styles.
I do too. And what is the best album cover of all time?
All Things Must Pass.
What's the most important thing that you've learned about producing your own music?
To always trust my instincts because they're always right.
Now, speaking of producers, what's the best advice that you've ever gotten from Jack Antonoff?
Once he said to me, "Don't let me ruin your life more than I already have."
Oh, that is valuable.
He's a nut.
And what's the one rule of pop music that you never ever break?
I don't know if there's any that I would never break, but kind of a personal rule is if I'm not feeling that special alchemy when I write a part,
Yeah.
it's got to go. Even if it's right on paper, it's got to go.
Right. And what do you think your fans would see as the most surprising thing that you bring with you when you're on tour?
Expensive sheets.
And when were you most vulnerable on stage?
Oh my God, I had this really bad chest infection on tour in Europe once, and I was in Oslo. The Norwegian royal family were there, and I couldn't breathe, and I started to panic. I just felt so kind of broken and raw.
Right.
It was really tough.
Yeah, but you got through it.
I got through. I'm still here.
You did. You are. And
Chest infection's gone.
That's right. And how do you get ready for a big or important performance?
I light a candle and I like to try and set an intention, think about what I want to get out of the show.
Right. And what song are you most excited to dance to off of your new record?
California.
I can't wait to hear that, as well as every other song on the album.
Thank you.
What did you learn about Pure Heroine while touring?
That I had made an album that it was sort of tricky to dance to.
And what about Melodrama?
That I had made an album that it was really easy to dance to.
Good observation. Now, recently I heard that you decided to stop releasing music on CD.
Yes.
Now, why was that something that was important to you?
Because everything that I make physically, I want it to be something that I would have in my house. And I don't have any CDs in my house.
That makes sense. And what is something that you do to connect with nature every day?
I go for a big walk. I pretty much do this, but I don't look like this, and it's not always this pretty.
I find it so cool that you took a trip to Antarctica. What was the most important thing that you learned on that trip?
It's honestly kind of hard to put into words, but I feel like I got more of an understanding of the work that the scientists are doing there. They're not trying to prove climate change. They're just checking out the science, taking the measurements, observing, and telling us what's up. And also just the raw power of nature.
Right. Well, it seems absolutely beautiful. And what is a cause that you're most passionate about today?
Things that affect New Zealanders. I think about child poverty, bettering the systems that protect Māori and our climate legislation.
Yeah, that's really cool.
This is such a dope flower. Absolutely love. Divine.
I don't know what flower that is, but who is your favorite living artist?
Lynette Yadam Boache,
And what's your favorite piece of art in your home?
my Kay Donichi painting.
All right, and your mother's a writer, right? Mm-hmm. How would you say that this impacted you, and what did this teach you about writing?
Just that it's a practice. It's something you have to do over and over to keep being in touch with.
Now, speaking of your mom, I heard that she holds on to all your memorabilia from your tours. Is that true?
Literally everything. It's all in our garage.
Now, do you know what you're going to do with all of it one day, or?
I have no idea.
Good luck. Now, which friend of yours makes you laugh the most?
My friend Francesca,
And which friend would make the best fishing partner?
my dad.
Now, why would you say it's important for you to hibernate in between creating records?
Well, I just have to go and live my life so that I have stuff to write about. So it's just sort of mooching and taking time.
And what's your favorite thing to do while you're hibernating?
I like to cook, and I like to be very available for my friends and family because I miss a lot of birthdays when I'm working.
That is a very, very good answer.
Gotta do it.
Now, you described your work as being a conversation with yourself. Are you ever surprised when it resonates with so many other people?
Constantly. It's insane.
Yeah, it means a lot to them. And what do you hope stays the same in your work as you grow as an artist?
That it's still just me trying to one-up myself. Hear these sirens? New York City?
Yeah, I noticed the sirens. It's like Grand Theft Auto over here. All right, aisle seat or window seat?
Window.
New York or Los Angeles?
New York.
New Zealand summer or American summer?
New Zealand.
Restaurant or room service?
Restaurant.
Fleetwood Mac with or without Peter Green?
Great question. I'm gonna say without, but with is also incredible.
I'm hoping for a reunion tour. And last question, question number 73. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
And that's a wrap. Thanks so
Hey,
much.
can I ask you a question before we go?
Absolutely.
This is kind of a little weird, but I always wondered what the person doing this was seeing when they're doing this. Can we show them what I'm seeing? Is that okay?
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
fine, but how about we keep this thing a secret between you and me? All right, Lorde, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.